I'm 77 years old, and I need to tell you something that's going to make you uncomfortable. For 52 years, I chased the wrong thing. I got up every morning, put on my suit, drove to the office, and told myself I was building a life. I wasn't. I was building a resume. And the worst part? Everyone told me I was doing it right. I had the corner office, the retirement portfolio, the respect of men who were just as lost as I was. I checked every box society handed me, and when I finally stopped, when I finally looked around at what I'd built, I realized I'd spent half a century constructing an empty room. You're probably doing the same thing right now. You think you're working towards something. You think once you get the promotion, the house, the number in your bank account, then you'll start living. That's what I thought at 25. I'm 77 now. I never started, and I'm running out of time to warn you. 10 years ago, I retired. 67 years old. They threw me a party, said all the right things, gave me a gold watch, like I didn't already have 3. I remember driving home that last day. It was a Friday in June. The sun was setting, and I thought, this is it. I'm free. I can finally do all the things I put off. But when I walked through my front door, the house was quiet. My wife had died 3 years earlier. My son lived 2 states away with grandkids I barely knew. My daughter called on birthdays, but the conversations were polite, surface level. We were strangers wearing family titles. I stood in my kitchen, this big, expensive kitchen I'd paid for but never cooked in, and I couldn't remember the last time I'd felt anything. The first week, I slept. I'd been tired for decades, so I slept. The second week, I tried to read the books I'd been collecting for years. Couldn't focus. The third week, I sat in my den and stared at the walls, and I started adding it up. I calculated the hours I'd spent in meetings that didn't matter, the weekends I'd worked instead of showing up to my son's baseball games, the anniversaries I'd half-assed because a client needed something, the nights I came home too exhausted to ask my wife about her day. Thousands of nights, thousands of small abandonments I disguised as responsibility. And then it hit me, not like a heart attack, more like waking up from a dream and realizing you're in a stranger's house. I'd spent 52 years, 30,000 days, optimizing my career and forgetting to build a life. I traded real time for approval from people whose names I can't even remember now. That's when I understood. I hadn't been living, I'd been performing. Here's the thing they don't tell you when you're 25 and hungry. There's a difference between achieving and living, and our entire system is designed to blur that line until you can't see it anymore. I thought I was building security. What I was really doing was postponing life until some imaginary finish line that kept moving. Once I make manager, then I'll have time. Then it was director, then VP, then retirement. 52 years of once I get there. I never got there, because there is no there. You know what I've thought about every day for 40 years? Quarterly results, budget projections, politics with people I didn't even like. I can still remember the exact layout of my office, where the window was, the smell of the carpet, the way the fluorescent lights hummed. But I can't remember what my daughter's voice sounded like when she was 7. I missed it. I missed her growing up, and I can tell you the precise revenue numbers from 1997. But I can't tell you what she cared about in high school. See, we worship this idea of the dedicated man, the provider, the one who sacrifices for his family. And on paper, that's what I was doing. But in reality, I was hiding. It's easier to optimize a spreadsheet than to be present for a conversation with your wife about why she feels lonely. It's easier to solve a business problem than to figure out why your kids stopped asking you to play catch. Work gave me clear metrics. Life didn't. So I chose work. Every single day I chose work, and I told myself I was doing it for them. I was doing it for me, because work made me feel important in a way that being a husband and father somehow didn't. That's the trap. We confuse busy with meaningful. We confuse impressive with fulfilling. Let me tell you about some moments I can't get back. My son asked me to teach him how to fish. He was 9. I said, "Next weekend, buddy." I had a presentation. Next weekend came another presentation. By the time I had time, he was 15 and didn't ask anymore. I never taught him. He learned from his friend's dad, and now he teaches his kids, and I'm not there either. I remember my wife standing in the kitchen one night, this was probably 2004, holding a brochure for Italy. She'd always wanted to go. She said, "What if we just went? Just for 2 weeks?" I said I couldn't get away. I was up for a promotion. We'd go the next year. We never went. She died in 2012. I have the brochure somewhere, never opened, just a piece of paper representing a life we didn't live. My daughter's wedding. I was there, physically, but mentally, I was on my phone dealing with a merger. I can still see her looking at me during the father-daughter dance, and I was distracted. I was there, but I wasn't present. I gave her money for the wedding, lots of it. What she wanted was my attention, and I gave her everything except that. Here's one that kills me. My wife used to make this sound when she laughed, really laughed, like a little snort she was embarrassed about. I used to know that sound intimately, but somewhere in the blur of deadlines and promotions, I stopped making her laugh, and I can't remember when I heard it last. I would give everything I have, every dollar, every achievement, for one more hour where I made her laugh like that. Just one. Or this. My grandson, 8 years old now, asked me last year what my favorite book was. I didn't have an answer. Not because I'm too old to remember, because I haven't read for pleasure in 40 years. I've read reports, projections, contracts, but not stories, not ideas, not things that make you feel alive. My grandson reads more than I do. He's 8. These aren't little regrets. This is the architecture of a wasted life. And the sick part? I thought I was winning. I thought I was doing it right. So here's what I need you to hear. And I need you to hear it now, not when you're 77 and it's too late. Stop optimizing your life for other people's scorecards. Your boss doesn't care about you the way you think they do. That promotion you're killing yourself for? Someone else will get it if you drop dead tomorrow, and the company won't skip a beat. You are replaceable at work. You are not replaceable at home. Stop treating time like it's unlimited. It's not. You think you have decades. You don't. You have right now. That's it. The trip you're putting off? Book it. The conversation you're avoiding? Have it. The thing you're saving for someday doesn't exist. It's a lie we tell ourselves to avoid being alive right now. Stop confusing sacrifice with love. Missing your kid's recital isn't noble. It's a choice, and you're choosing work over presence. Stop calling it sacrifice. Call it what it is, avoidance. Because showing up is harder than sending an email. Your children don't need your money as much as they need your time. And here's the brutal truth. One day, they'll stop asking. They'll stop inviting you. They'll build lives that don't include you. Not because they don't love you, but because you taught them you weren't available. You can't buy that back. Ask yourself this question every single day. If I died tonight, would I be satisfied with how I spent today? Not productive, not impressive, satisfied. Did you connect with someone? Did you create something? Did you feel something? Or did you just move tasks from one column to another? I live differently now, not because I'm wise, because I'm desperate. I have breakfast with my son once a month. I show up for my grandkids' games, and I put my phone in the car. I'm reading again. I'm learning guitar. Badly, but I'm learning. I'm trying to know the people I love before I run out of time. And it's not enough. I can't get back 52 years. I can't unhappen the missed moments. All I can do is not waste what's left. But you still have time. You're not 77. You haven't spent half a century chasing vapor. You can still choose differently. So let me ask you something. And I want you to really sit with this. If you keep living the way you're living right now, same priorities, same choices, same postponing, will you be satisfied when you're my age? Will you look back and feel good about where your time went? Or will you be sitting in a quiet house, adding up all the moments you traded for things that don't matter, realizing you built a beautiful prison? I can't get my 52 years back, but you can keep yours. Don't waste them chasing nothing. The clock is ticking, for both of us. If this hit home, don't just scroll past it. Comment below and tell me what's one thing you've been putting off that actually matters. What are you trading for a paycheck that you can't get back? Share this with someone who needs to hear it, especially if they're drowning in work and calling it success. And if you want more unfiltered truth from people who've lived long enough to know what actually counts, subscribe, because I've got more warnings, and you've got time to avoid my mistakes. Don't waste it.